You tell me you to make TikToks?
Yes. No, for real. If you don't take the way to
honestly, I'm not take you serious.
Yes, it's on.
But through the headphones.
Yeah. You walk it out of full headphones with this guy. But the music on! One time. I'll stop it. Oh my god. So, if we're back. So. We got Amanda to do that enough. I feel lost. It's me, HadieLeonie.
And it's your girl, itsJojoRenée. And you are tuned into Bite the Bullet episode 12.
You know what that is in Spanish?
12. I've been brushing up because usually I take time. I can see myself thinking like, what's that?
She said that on Spanish.
Yeah. You know what's popular? It's in Papiamento is the same thing?
12.
22.
That's 22.
Just those, my God. Just those.
Why you don't take away Hawaii the Kit Kat, please? It's been a long day.
That was not happening.
Yes, sorry. It's okay.
Well, if y'all wondering who these lovely people are, please introduce
we have guests in the building.
So, I'm Shanica.
And I'm Lisa.
Your favorite Lisa.
Your favorite. Thank you.
Your
Your favorite Lisa.
And behalf of, what are you guys representing?
Oh, yes. And you guys may know us from the Saylesssis platform on Instagram. You know, I feel like a dinosaur at this time because we've been quite dormant to a certain extent, but most people know us from there.
That's true. I feel
what was Saylesssis for the people that don't know?
First of all, not words.
Okay. Talk to them, sis.
Yes, so Saylesssis is basically a platform that we created when we were living in the Netherlands, where we completed our studies, where we tried to focus on like advocating and discussing different taboo topics related to like the St. Martin community. So we actually started off as a podcast as well, but then through the transition and also just through the feedback of connecting with our St. Martin community, we realized we went from podcast to sort of like philanthropy and then just becoming a brand on its own, you know? So that Saylesssis brand sort of blossom into something I think even bigger than what we expected it to be, all because of our St. Martin community.
That's right.
You know, and how they received us just being ourselves online. So that's Saylesssis, you know.
And what's your story? Because I always see you guys together.
I wanted to acknowledge, because everybody asked me when we bring in women onto the podcast. I don't know if are you the first women?
Wow, that is a milestone.
Yeah. On the chairs next to us, not on the couch, but still on the chairs.
The makeshift couch.
I think for me personally, I just wanted to be women that, I don't know, I love clothes. So, but then into the question of what's
what's your story? Because I always used to look at your friends. Yeah.
Oh.
Quite beautiful.
Where we start?
The year was 2007.
2007?
Yeah.
I think, that's when
we met each other.
In high school. We met in high school. But I must say, I don't think we had this dynamic that we had back then. So we were part of a group of friends. And the thing is, Lisa and I make birthday quite close to each other. And I think that kind of is what kind of slowly made us closer because we used to celebrate our birthdays together. So one weekend was Lisa's birthday, next weekend was my birthday. And we had the same group of friends. It was okay, we know November gonna be lit. You know?
Scorpio gang.
Yes. And then Lisa moved to the Netherlands a year before me. And then I guess is when I moved in, in 2014 is when we kind of got really close. But again, it was always a group of us because we realized we gotta have each other back. And then I guess the whole best friend dynamic kind of just evolved over the years.
What a face!
Machine.
Okay. Before I forget, don't forget to comment and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And since we're here, we want to highlight some beautiful St. Martin businesses.
Ooh, yes.
So we have some lovely products. Hadie, I don't know if you want to like
Yes, we got a card from Real Flourish. I will put the tag or link down in the description box. We have the hydration mist, leave-in conditioner, the sensitive scalp oil,
and we have the growth stimulator. A hair scalp treatment rich in vitamin C.
Oh, what I like about it. Honestly, I feel like this is one of the best oils I use in my hair. Yes. I have yet to use the leave-in though. But even if you're in NL or in St. Martin, make sure you go to the website, follow them on reflourish.co on Instagram, place your order, and the service is great. Honestly.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Honestly. So yes, we'll get into the episode.
Oh
my gosh, but no, yeah, so these two break my heart when they decide to leave NL.
Not the heartbreak.
Yeah, she just broke me up. Like, what for the joyful moments,
Exactly. How about you start with how you probably met us first?
Oh, yeah. But nobody asked me that question.
So I'm asking you now, sis.
I feel like it was on separate occasions.
Definitely.
But indeed, like we was kind of always around the same people. Yeah. I feel like it used to be Boardwalk for Capoeira.
True.
And you just used to be Boardwalk.
No. You know how we meet? You messaged me
on MSN. Yes, I remember that.
No,
you messaged me.
You wasn't always on the Boardwalk? So you just used to come Boardwalk after that?
No, I think maybe after meeting you. But I don't think
I don't know how I had initially known of you though, but I remember messaging you at MSN.
Yeah, I remember Hadie messaged me. She's like, and you knew I live for some reason because you told me we live close by.
My neighbor.
Okay, yes.
Because my neighbor used to pick up Shanica for school.
Yes.
And he went to Dominic, but his father used to pick up Shanica and he went to Dominic. And maybe that's how I had. I don't know.
But I just know you messaged me. It's like, oh my god, we live close to each other. We could hang out. And we decided.
We literally down the road from each other. Yeah. And that's when I met Shanica. I don't even know what year that was. That was probably like 2009, 2010.
Yes, because do you remember Ty was a baby?
Yes, your mother was pregnant with Ty. It was so crazy. And then I had no of Lisa, but then we went to NL together.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on the same plane.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah, and then I was never in Groningen and I was always in Amsterdam.
Facts.
And that's kind
of. I don't know how you used to do that.
I don't know. How you mean who can stay in Groningen?
But who on a plane? I mean, a plane. A train for 2.5 hours.
Because I didn't want to stay up there. It was so. I remember that year, my first year, you had like surprised me for my birthday. Yeah. Like by my door.
Oh, you told me about
that. Yes, and it was literally. We had a lot of my first in Amsterdam and it was with. That was stories for another time. But yeah, that's how. But then eventually Shanica did come to NL.
The
year after. And then recently when I moved to Hack, she was my neighbor again.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the road by the Jumbo.
Probably really small if you look at it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just be seeing people, I'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't live like over there and then you're here? No. Or people who I never knew live NL and then I see them and I say, hey.
I was walking in my neighborhood the other day and I see somebody that I ain't seen like in years and they from Bush Road. I was like,
but our neighborhood have a lot of.
It was in our neighborhood itself. The road.
They have a lot. Like,
it's Den Haag.
Yeah. I think it's just in Den Haag.
It's just Den Haag.
Because in Amsterdam, I feel like my neighbors that literally live right next to me, I didn't see for weeks.
And the thing is, like, but Lisa will always say this, and I feel like I live in Den Haag and I wouldn't see nobody. Like,
every time I reach HadieLeonie, St. Martin accents everywhere.
I don't know. I have weeks I don't see St. Martin as in Den Haag.
Yes, exactly.
No, but when I was living Demon, every day.
Really?
Yes, I live every week.
Got SM people that way. Like people live in Demon South, but then half is
also the same building.
The same building. That's true though. Sometimes it depends who it was.
I got a question though. You have anything you miss about like NL?
The banking system.
Oh yeah.
Why? I don't know why, but you have to tell
us about why. I need to put web on blast. I need to put MCB. Republic on blast. Open an account. You gotta stand in line. You gotta call for appointment. They call you 3 weeks after. versus having everything at the touch of your fingertip. Literally pull out your phone, ting, 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 ting. That's it.
I know.
And you know, now
Here's
we don't have
archaic.
okay. Like we can pay with our
bank
phone
card
to
and our
travel.
phone.
Yeah.
You don't have a yellow card?
Well, you
But I don't have
could, but it is, sometimes it's like you don't need to upload because you have your bank card or your phone. And you check
And
in
it
with
takes
your
out the exact same
phone.
amount.
Yes.
And it's so
So your abonnement, how does it work now then, if you have abonnement?
Then you need your cards, your OV
Yeah, I
still.
think so.
But and they're still having problems though, because
Yep, a lot of
they ain't charged me yet from 2 months ago.
the
But
bug
we ain't talking
fixes,
it.
need fixes.
Blasting yourself like that.
And it's
I don't know.
Big brother is listening.
But yeah, and then
Now you're about to incriminate yourself.
oh my god, and HTM is like legit working though. Like it comes off one time, like in Amsterdam too.
I'm so excited to use my OV card.
Really
Oh, you still can. You still can.
Yes.
I just take away the fun.
Yeah, but
they like to make things easier. Just
you would
tap
need
tap pay.
Apple Pay. And
Yeah.
another thing
But
with St. Martin, we don't have Apple Pay on the
Yeah.
Dutch side.
Friends
You know,
say yes.
that's
friends
Once
say-
you
You
still have your
I know
bank,
the
your
French
Dutch
say.
bank. Once you still have your Dutch bank on your phone, you can. But yeah, that's about it.
But maybe
a wave
soon
on
though,
your
because I
phone.
seen everybody like you can tap. They're like yeah. Like
No,
over
tapping
here.
is a thing. Tapping has been a thing, but like with the phone, unless you have your Abby and your ENG card on your phone, you're not tapping the phone.
I
And
don't
you miss
know.
anything?
Yeah, of course. But I think for me, I also miss like St. Martin is beautiful, but I just miss like walking around in Holland and like just ending up somewhere like completely random and
Yeah.
different. And
Go on an adventure.
yeah, just going on an adventure. God knows where you're gonna end up. When you end up, have a blast, reach home, even know how you reach
Facts.
home. You know, whereas here is like you have to be a little bit more calculated on how you go and how you reach in there. So over there, that is what I miss, like just having that spontaneous escape. But yeah. But and like Lisa said, like the structure, there's certain structural things.
Yeah.
We gotta get it together, guys.
Get up together.
But I mean, I feel like you can have an adventure here just at a different scale.
Yeah.
Like you need a car.
Yeah.
Definitely. You can't
And a
see walking.
license.
Yeah.
You don't need a license.
I don't.
Not on this island. I mean, you didn't hear that from me, but
You can try.
they have people here on this island for years driving.
You would not know they got it.
Never.
He does right here. Just keep going. Who's gonna know?
How will they know?
But you mean, yeah, you gotta learn to drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's like having that privilege and accessibility. Like in Holland, you don't have to drive.
Yeah.
You could
It's
just,
fast. Open bar.
yeah, you could just go, you know, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what's like where y'all see yourselves going in St. Martin? Like what you see you doing, or even with Saylesssis? What's the plans? You ain't gotta tell them everything, but
Where do we start? So I guess I can start with Sayless first in terms of like the goal and the vision. So like I mentioned in the beginning, like Sayless kind of took a life on its own, right? And then coming back here in St. Martin, at least for me personally, and I'm gonna speak for Lisa, I realized we have like, okay, we advocating for the people of St. Martin, but I felt like we definitely advocated for the people of St. Martin in Holland. When you come back to St. Martin and you go through this experience of, you know, reintegrating into the community, you realize, okay, you gotta learn your community again before you could be able to advocate for them. So, my vision right now is we kind of on a observant kind of phase where you just have to relearn before you can properly come back out with content that actually relates and is factual. You know, because the things that you think happen, especially when you live abroad for so long, when you come back home, it's like, oh no, but people actually doing this and people actually doing that, you know? So yeah, it's kind of like just trying to find a middle ground. But my goal overall, again, is to just have that vision, and when we discuss it, of being a household name, but more so like a media hub. So when you come and you see Sayless, and again, maybe the name would not be Sayless, that's a whole other topic. But when you see our brand that we represent, is like a household St. Martin name, like it's a one-stop shop for everything St. Martin, you know, and you could learn from our culture through just that one click. So that's my vision.
that's nice.
I love it. And on a personal level though.
On a personal level, on a personal level, my vision for St. Martin, I guess, is to be able, and I guess again as true, whatever brand we have, because I do see myself leading something, owning something. But it's to be able to empower St. Martin people in a way that they know that they too can make a change. Because right now, I feel like, especially a lot of the conversations evolve, pointing fingers, oh, but you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that, and they ain't taking care of, okay, but you also too could control what you want to change, you know? You could create that kind of impact. And just so, I just want to be the utopia of St. Martin is that everyone is confident enough to speak up about what they want, what they need. You know, don't be too shy or think about, oh God, maybe if I say that I'm gonna get a job, or oh God, you know, this person gonna blackmail me. No, talk your shit. You know? Exactly. You know, and yeah, be yourself and be empowered enough to know, like, whatever dreams you have, you can go for it. And create that impact.
You co-sign everything she said.
I mean, to add to what Shanica said, I think she summed up our vision for Saylesssis, or our brand rather, very, very good. Where it started out, we came from a place where initially when we started as a podcast, we wanted to discuss things, especially in an accent or from a perspective that was not common. Because of course, back then when I was very into the podcast world, I was listening to everything. You didn't really hear any Caribbean voices or people who sounded like us, which is something that I really am proud that you guys are carrying on the mantle to do, because it brings me so much freaking joy. Mommy saying freaking fucking joy.
Sorry, mommy.
Sorry, mom. I just got a potty mouth.
No, it's great.
To hear you guys and also being so consistent, because I remember the statistic that Jody bring about, because I know you bring me a statistics. Most podcasts will make it past episode 10. And look at all you at episode 12.
Yes.
12. So that's a really...
The numbers is the top 1%.
21.
21. Yeah. So like Shanica said, like we're basically going in a direction where we have to observe our current environment and our community and pivot accordingly, because with everything in life, you need to evolve. And I feel like Saylesssis right now is in that evolution phase. So
That's beautiful.
stay tuned. See what's to come. We're also very excited where that's concerned, but we're not in a rush to get to there, but it will come. Not a matter of if, but just when.
It will.
For people like moving, who want to move back to SM, like what would you, what advice would you give them based off of your experience moving back?
Change your mindset.
Yeah.
That's something you have to be open-minded. Just like how when people tell you when you go to Holland, be open-minded, you know, join
Same
these
thing.
groups, try do the same thing when you come back home, you know. Don't be so close-minded, because then you're going to find yourself in this negative space of criticizing, complaining, you know, this ain't going on, it used to be, da-da-da-da-da. We get it, we understand the struggle, you know.
But what are we going to do about it?
Exactly. And even then too, it's like recently I told someone, like, you just have to have grace.
Correct.
Because there's some things here that when you learn more about the system, you realize, shit, why it is harder than I thought. You know, or maybe it's just not feasible. We are not set up geographically, you know, politically, whatever it is, for certain things to be the way how it is in the more westernized world. So in that sense, it's like, just be open-minded and have grace. And then everything else can follow.
Definitely. So the open-mindedness, and also not compare the Netherlands to St. Martin. That is the quickest way to drive yourself crazy and to break your own heart. Because a lot of people, as soon as they come back, they're like, oh, but I used to doing things like this, and I used to doing things like that. But you're in two completely different, you know, countries, continents. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
The way of living here is so different than the way of living here.
Yeah.
But we was on a radio show today, and I was talking about how I feel like a lot of people just lose that passion for going for the hard for the island. And I feel like the people that move back have it a lot of the times. But I think the ones that stay negative or whatever, I don't know, I feel like they lose it or something. Or maybe they never had it.
I was gonna ask, you think they ever had it to begin with?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the drive not necessarily coming from the community, but more from like a more egotistical place. That, yeah.
I don't, because like I've been having conversations on coming back, and everybody like, why would you do that? And it's just like, to me, it's just like, why not?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if my love for the island is different than anybody else, but I just feel like it's my part of my duty to be here.
I feel like you also know your vision,
Yeah.
what you could give back. I feel like a lot of people don't know
Exactly.
what they could do for the island.
Yeah.
In a sense of, even if I look at people like from Sabre, I think they go to school and they think of what they want for their future, but they don't see how they could apply it to what they could do for their island. And that's where the like disregard comes from and the lack of passion. Because it's like, I have a passion for myself, but they don't like that passion for the island because they don't know where it is. They can't find a matchbox, basically.
My cousin called me the other day. He was talking about some TikTok he see. I'm not gonna say who, but he was like, people always saying like, yeah, you see yourself doing this on the island, or you see St. Martin having this for the island. He was like, but what are you gonna do? You gonna do for the island? You're asking it on a TikTok, but what are you gonna do for the island? And I was like, facts.
And I don't think a lot of people believe they can do something. Like that motivation is like, oh, but everybody try it and they fail, so why should I do it? But at the end of the day, you're going to try it different than somebody else who tried it. So maybe your approach going to be that change, that going to be like, okay, cool, we're going somewhere now.
True.
But yeah, it's just for people to kind of see that.
But yeah, the biggest thing I realized this trip is like what you say, you come back and you realize there's so much going on that you didn't realize. Like everybody that, the radio stations we've been on, everybody that we meet, to just know that it was really watching and supporting the podcast in general just had us like...
That has been the biggest shock, but also motivated as well. Because even with us and our brand, like we were going to supermarkets and like,
People flagging us down, and we're glad for it to like talk to me.
but you know what's going on, and they're saying the slangs and they're checking like, oh yeah, like we reach out, you know, so
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that gives joy, and that it gives an indescribable feeling as well. Because a lot of the times, especially with Saylesssis, we do things for us to be honest, you know. And kind of like what Jody's saying about like people have their own goals and then trying to match it to the community. Sometimes it's not too bad because sometimes you have your own goals, you're developing on yourself, but it's a ripple effect. So eventually it's going to spread out because maybe me doing me gonna influence Lisa to do her, influence Hadie, gonna influence Jody. So you know it depends on how you look at it. So you're not shitting on nobody that don't want to come back home either. Do your thing, but also know that you doing you is also a opportunity for other St. Martin, whether you abroad or here as well.
Yeah, and we're such a community, like even in NL, like you meet somebody on the train. If I come here, I was in Primark and I lifting up a shot and this girl like, I like it, the shot. She's like, no, the podcast. Thank you. And just like to know our community just out here supporting us, and I feel like if we could put that energy into each other all the time, the island, we'd be so far.
But to be devil's advocate, do you think we developed that because we moved so far away from home that we tend to gravitate to things that remind us of our island? Because personally, I think, unfortunately, a lot of our people on the island are very not patriotistic. Or, that's a word?
Yeah.
They lack patriotism, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that also plays a role as to why they don't see themselves back home, because besides November 11, they don't really feel like this St. Martin, and we are St. Martin all year round, you know?
That's a really good point, though. And
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
true. I do think it's a level of like, you know, like in NL, when you see a beach, you don't get as excited when you see one here, because you're not used to that in a sense where it's like, wow, SM beaches is wild, when NL is like, So you used to the fact that you're seeing something that is just but then wait, my point got lost. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh no! So as like people from SM, you're excited to see the SM beach because that's where you know. And us going to like Sabre people, SM people going to NL, you're not seeing that beach. But when you do, it's like, oh shit, a beach.
And the food,
know?
a lot of things.
And I mean the beach is the people.
Yes.
just in case how you didn't catch that. But kind of like that where it's just like you say, it's familiar. So you rep it even when you see, because Ralph said, don't say small island. Sorry, say what's small. But no, just the fact that say somebody is doing something really what we see comparatively as big, you feel proud because you realize this is coming from a place that
you don't even see an
small
amount.
compared. So
I think that, but I still feel like it depends on the person and how they grow up, because as I tell you, the same people are asking me why they up there. So then to me, it's like, what's the difference for them that they don't see that? Like, that they're really content with being in NN. And a lot of times the conversation is around money.
Correct.
But if you ask them, like, what they would value about St. Martin, is still they like the island life over NN life. But they just really say, maybe it's an egotistical thing, as you say, or maybe an individualistic thing. I think a lot of people think just for themselves.
Correct.
Honestly.
But sometimes too, like, even those are staying abroad because of finances too. You know, I mean, like, we live in a capitalistic world, you know? So, you know, they literally just have their values and morals in terms of, like, finances is something that I am aiming for, and then maybe they don't see it happening here in St. Martin, and they rather hustle and grind hard over there, you know? So, that's...
I can only speak on like my part because I know I'm not planning to move back to Sable. My thing is I found a way to give back from abroad. I really found a way to use technology as a means of being able to follow my passion, which is traveling and just exploring the world, but also giving back to a place I know I come from. And I feel like I found a way, I'm finding a way to see, okay, I don't need to fully move, I don't need to fully commit, but I could come down for a while, do something, and then go back. So kind of find that balance. But from my perspective, is a matter of just being aware that I could do from afar, which allows me to continue to stay or explore other places beyond my island. So
but some people don't even do that. And that is where I just question a lot of things. I don't know, because I know you're really doing a lot for your island. So
and you travel back home often, right?
Yeah,
like every year.
Some people who literally say like St. Martin have nothing for me. They go every 10 years
and they haven't been here in like 10
in donkey years, and they don't see themselves coming back home.
Yeah, but sometimes too, when you talk to those people, a lot of it besides finances is also like family matters. Like, you know, like for them it's like, I feel like I evolved from this toxic environment, and for them to protect their peace or to not even engage and go back to that sort of trauma, they choose to stay away. And I must say, coming back home, whether it's to St. Martin or to your family, especially living abroad, takes tough skin. And even though you think that, I'm over there and I'm getting the therapy and I'm healing and I'm doing everything abroad for me to be a better person, when you come back home, that shit get tested. And you gotta be like, I gotta apply all of these things I learn and navigate these spaces. And coming back is a deal. Like for me, I saw it like, okay, Shanica, you learn all these things. It's easier for me to stay away from the toxic environment, or do I come back home and, you know, deal with it and heal and know if I truly healed? Because sometimes you think you heal, and then you get in situations like, God, then.
Yeah. I really healed.
On the topic of healing, then. I mean, I know all about you personally, and I know something we was talking about recently, just for Carnival, is just like, are we still traumatized? Like, the mandem have done us bad.
Dirty.
And it's just like...
Because I don't know Jody business, I gotta check it out.
So it's a collective trauma.
You feel traumatized though? I don't know if you feel traumatized.
But I'm like, okay, I've been through quite a bit of stuff, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm that type of person, I journal a lot. So with regards to being triggered, I do get triggered. I'm not gonna lie. However, I feel like I've addressed a lot of stuff, and I had to G-check myself a lot, because I feel like some situations, I wouldn't say I put myself in, but I stayed in a sense, where I was like, bye, I know this is wild, I know this is not going anywhere, it feels nice. I would say I'm healing, but like you say, sometimes when you get thrown into that situation, you really think, am I healed in a sense? But I try not to think on the
Sit
past
down.
too much is not nice. So be careful. I have a it is what it is mentality.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Honestly, I feel like I realize I am, because whenever I dealing with, I realize I have a real ick for man. Like as you
Have
say,
you on the
really, like now that I can't look. Okay, I have men in my life that I really appreciate and value.
For sure.
But like when man come and talk to me and stuff like that, like I'd rather just chill with my friend. Like I don't need to
It's
be.
safer sometimes.
Yeah, but I just don't have the to be around them or anything like that. Like I don't know what it is, and I don't know if that's trauma.
You know what it is? It's trauma. It's trauma. It's all them doing the fuck shit time and time after again.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no, I'm
But
cool on it, love.
You think I can go away though?
Yes.
But where you be? You gonna
Wait,
go
I think
away?
you have
I
to
think
really
it will
go
go
away
away.
for it to actually start going on.
Yeah, because
I don't know. For me, it's like once you like
the ick
I'm on
you
the
ain't gonna go away.
no. Once you got an ick, you got an ick.
Yeah, the ick will be there.
But you think it's a purpose? I don't know.
It's purpose. I feel like you know what it is.
You
I wouldn't say all of the
exception
man
for
them
ick.
home, but I feel like a lot of the man them who could show that example of like a proper just person period. They don't be in the places or in
Yes.
certain places I've been in. I can speak for myself. I haven't been in places where I feel like I would find a man like that in a sense. Now I try to put myself in those rooms, you know, like
We
TED
at
Talks.
church? Oh.
And
And like the
Girl,
way
I'm
of
like my husband
I
in
love
church.
a lot of people say you should find your husband in church.
I don't agree. No, I think that's the last place I need to go. There's some very bad. Not church.
TED Talks.
Conferences, networking
No, but she
events.
read, like,
Yeah.
I was thinking like, well, I live on St. Martin, so like, okay, like those communal groups, which we don't often have, but those just pull out different kind of men too. So like, let's go on a hike, let's do these certain things where you gonna find guys that not always smoking shisha in the club, you know, but people that actually have depth and substance
Yeah.
might actually show up in those spaces.
Or they home.
Yeah.
There's a level.
Or
to
they
it.
walk in, so you gotta like
Yeah.
go
Look at
Yeah,
it,
really
replace.
sign up for the job.
Workplace.
Solicit there.
the Batman
yeah.
signal, I don't know, but like something. Yeah.
Avengers or something. I don't know. I feel like they are out there. It's just
sure.
the numbers are not as high as like the bad apples, let's say, but also that apple at a like bio supermarket down in an alley somewhere that you really need to go to get there. So for me, I just try to put myself in different rooms because then I feel like I don't
Agreed.
meet different men.
Kind of person you
Even
are.
in the gym, I don't expect to meet my man in the gym, to be honest. Like you're working on yourself, but
I don't put in the gym though. I don't touch people in the gym. No, that's
Yeah.
a different. I don't know.
Don't do that.
When they got good therapy, they just did different barbers.
Exactly.
Actually working
Red flag.
together.
Red flag.
That's
but I feel like you remember a time before the ick, as in like
The delusional
Yeah,
phase?
being
when
delusional.
you was younger and you were just so like
Stupid.
struck about the part that get you to the ick, but before the ick.
I say it with grace. But you're stupid.
what you think it was delusional for? Explain.
I feel like when you're young, you're delusional.
Yeah.
Delusional.
But what makes you delusional? Like what? Delulu. I don't know. Okay, maybe I just had hope in mind, and that was the delusion.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Why
think
would you do
that's
that?
a bigger
Why would you do that?
imagination. Like when we're younger, your imagination runs wild.
That's true.
You think you're the princess in the castle looking for Prince Charming.
Yeah, maybe that was delusion.
When you're younger, you're a lot more
Media,
naive,
basically.
basically.
That's true.
Just a little bit.
Oh, you say basically at the same time.
Again?
Yeah. What are you doing? But I don't know. I remember. Do you remember that time
Which time?
before the ick?
Before the ick?
Time before the egg.
My vaguely. It was so long ago, you know. I've been icking for quite a while right now.
How long has it been?
Like,
The time before the egg was 2022.
you don't have to have. You have to have. The 2022. Well,
No, that's what I laugh into. I
Okay.
was like, I think
December
by
2023. No, December 2022.
Let me
I
get
think
it.
that's when the ick started.
You know.
I know, but I don't know. That's when you get
A
the
heavy ick.
Wrong bad.
Wait, hold on.
No, she said the time before the egg.
Reel it in. Reel it in.
Wow.
Oh, it's not down bad.
Oh.
Okay, just down. They get them, you know. It wasn't down that bad.
True.
But I was in the trenches a little bit, just a tiny bit. I was being played by Jody country people.
That's a topic.
Moving on.
Anyway, so commercial break.
Have you heard about me, Florida? Which of us are there for Ireland right now?
Yeah, that's our time.
That's what really give you the ick. You had the ick before that?
I think I had like a light ick, a semi ick.
Really? With
And
people
now
down
it's
here?
like, with people down here?
When you get an ick.
Talking about hate.
Where's my girl? Who?
Imagine I might pick all of that.
I was talking about height. Anyway, so when I get an ick,
Boy.
I think
Was it Carnival?
I think Carnival really sealed the deal.
It cemented
I
the
already
ick.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It cemented the ick.
The ick.
Yeah.
That was, you witnessed that.
We get secondhand ick, actually. And that was a...
All of the secondhand ick from each other.
Yeah, it was all at the same time, yeah.
And that's what make the ick more stronger, because we just...
But are you get stronger too because you go into the ick together so that y'all can talk about shit?
I guess it helps with the healing process.
Cost, Jody.
True.
At what cost? I must say, for me, I think I've always had the ick. I've always. So, like, I was, like, reflecting. And I realized, like, growing up, I was never the friend that really wanted a boyfriend. You know? Like, all my friends had boyfriend. I used to be like, for what?
I'm chilling.
Like,
Facts.
let's live life. And then my girl's crying.
Why you had to cry?
No. Others, you know,
Others too.
my girls crying. And like, you see the same thing.
Case in
And
point.
then the older guys like, okay, let me try out this thing, you know.
Cultivating.
It wasn't exciting because I saw what's going on.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
And then, but I never put myself in nothing serious. Like, in comparison to, like, when I look at my friends that actually was, like, in well-established relationships, I've never put myself in that kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
Because either one, the person would, like, fumble a bag before I'd be like, thank you, universe.
Yup.
Or I would be like, okay, I'm seeing certain things that I don't see further than us going past that stage. So that was me kind of protecting myself. But at the same time, I still went through fuck shit, you know. So I always had the ick, but it was like, you know, like a little balance. Like, okay, let me figure out how this ick can go out. Like,
And you know what's crazy that I'm realizing? That like a lot of the icks that we all have wasn't even from relationships.
no.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah, I've been in a relationship, so I need to come for
but to me it's like, but that's what I mean. Like, it's not even from being. Of course, we've had from being in relationships, but a lot of the times it wasn't even from being in a relationship.
Yeah, the major
Like those
icks.
situation kind of things.
Yeah, those are.
That's crazy.
Maybe
though.
that was it. Oh no, the relationships was wild too.
I know, like, most of mine, like, I don't got ick like that against men, but I think most of mine come from
Relationship.
She kept on.
Yeah, because my relationship was wild in the beginning. That was when I was Delulu. So I feel like, yeah, and I was dealing with people who we were young, because my last relationship was 7 years ago. I was 17. So for me, I just feel like, I don't know, dealing with men now, I'm kind of like you in the sense of if I don't see it going anywhere, I'm out. But I'm also like a tough cookie where it's like, I picky, so I don't allow you to give me the ick as quick as before. Because before I find I didn't know myself like that, but now it's a level of like, I know me. So stay over there.
Yeah.
Nice.
What you would say is like the one thing that like really does give you the ick though about man.
When you got long nails.
Sorry,
I find it so unhygienic.
it's so nasty. I think I literally just mentioned it.
And they will come for me because I got nails but
No,
long
it's
nails
not
be
the
dirty.
same.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't like when a man have long nails. I mean, if you think about it, guys, it's not good. Like, in other places. Yeah, no, that's a bit of an ick. And one time I had a guy, like, try to talk to me, and he had that long, you know that man with a long pinky nail. and they touched my ear, and I almost threw up. I literally almost threw up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why my breath there.
Yeah.
But what is the reason for them having that one long pinky nail though?
Nah, I'm joking. It's not that. It's not that. I really don't know.
It's
also like the one
disturbing.
ponytail thing.
Yeah, but that
one lock.
That's still a thing? Some people still got
I
it?
really feel like
In high school, that was a thing.
people must
I
still
did
have
that in high
that.
school. I got rid of beads.
We have
But
one
I'm
lock.
gonna tell me
Like a
take
lock.
that shit out.
I think I had 2. I was extra.
To on the side?
Like a
That's
lock. It
different.
was locked.
It formed into a lot because I just left it. But I think that was just to see the growth of my hair. I don't know. But that was also the style back then. Somebody had that.
Yeah.
But the nail, I don't get.
I don't say some people that know it. I don't know.
Really?
I see that
It's still a thing.
To me, it's more on a personality type thing. Like people
Well,
are like,
like
huh?
that was
Oh yeah. To me, it's like people that like to come across as something that they're not. Like I could tell often.
By the pinky nail?
No, that's my age.
Sorry, guys.
No, I'm talking about like what's my ick. Like
Okay.
man that just try to come across like there's something that they're not.
Okay.
Like ugh.
Yeah.
My ick is men lying unprovoked. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely no reason to lie. You just spewing lies. For what reason, at what benefit, Lord knows. but-
Themselves.
And you come across a lot of those actually. It's very common. Very, very common.
Yeah, my ick I think maybe is similar to Hades. So like mine is like when I could peep that you are insecure, man, because those be the ones that be causing trauma because they project everything on you. And the moment I realize that you're insecure, is like you don't like me.
No.
You really don't like me.
But I think that's a bit thing I started to realize. Like I wonder like if man really like us. Because you was talking about like how
Heavy on if they like us.
if
No, but I don't think they respect us fully. That's where the issue comes in. I think they like a shiny toy, but that don't mean they wouldn't mind flinging it. Where it's like, okay, cool, you shiny now. I'm interested now. I tired. Like, you know, chuck you to the side. I feel like a lot of men grew up not learning how to respect women, and that's where the issues come in. Where it's like they try to put on a show for you to kind of reel you in, so they could like. I don't know, I guess have that level of control, like I get her. And then they start spewing unprovoked lies because now they don't realize how to deal with you and they don't respect you enough to tell you that. So that's where I feel like they might like us, but I don't feel a lot of them respect us fully.
no, but I feel like if you like, because you was even talking about how like even having conversations with them is like they don't. You could tell they just don't respect you in the conversation itself because
Not
anything
in
you
that
say,
sense.
it was sense.
In a sense of I could speak a bit sternly or I could come off a bit rough. And I feel like it's not men that don't respect me, just in general, as a woman, you don't get the respect that you deserve because they see you now as a bitch. But if a guy did it, he's respected. So that in a sense, I feel like when I speak to mandem, well, at least my friends, they got respect. But maybe some guys, they wouldn't hear me. But it wasn't a matter of like, they would disrespect me, but it seems like I'm being more disrespectful because I'm being vocal. But
I feel like if they had
would do it-
respect, you would hear what you're saying. Because if they partner don't know what did it,
Big fact.
they don't lose respect for him when he do it.
I feel they see man on their level. and
Yeah. But it's like, how dare you come with that tone to me?
It's true.
And then they look at you as a bitch or call you those typical names. When really and truly, like if you respect me on some kind of level, you would at least take in what I'm saying in no matter what tone I'm saying it. And that's a big ick I have to do. I don't know. Man, I'm the culture, I can like mean on the level.
It's true. Sorry, we just here thinking of all the trauma. Like, I don't know, I feel
You
like
can
for me,
feel
I'm
it.
not thinking on the trauma in a sense, but I just thinking on instances where I had that situation where I literally kind of analyzing it in my head right now. But I think as society has progressed, I feel like we could speak up more, but it's still something that happens where it's like we just don't get the same level of respect. And that's the unfortunate like side effect that comes to having a vagina.
Yeah.
So
But I feel like even having this conversation now, man would listen to this and be like,
Here they go again.
here they go again. And it's
talking
like,
about
honestly,
men
ask
and
yourself,
negativity,
why you're not really listening to what we're saying. I don't know.
But I think part of it too is not only men, but like if you look at society as a whole, women themselves don't respect. Like, we don't even feel like our voices have a value, you know? So a lot of times too, I have like these conversations quite often with people around me. And although men don't respect us, I feel like it's easy for them to disregard like somebody like Jody, who may come across as somebody with standards and communicating, because they know they could find another woman out there who don't feel that way and who don't require that kind of communication or, you know, type of behavior that we are expecting from them. So it's not only a man problem, it's also like a people problem in general, where we don't even, as women, we don't even know our value to even start holding each other accountable and having each other back. So even for me, like when I have these conversations, I would be like, yo, I tired of talking to the mandem, because a lot of times they know what the fuck they doing. You know, they may play, oh, I didn't know. You well know, because these man impossible. You so manipulative and stupid. You have to have you have to have some sort of sense. No, for real. But the problem is, all of us could have our standards, and they're gonna be like, but they got 20 other women that can take whatever behavior. So for me, it's like, I'd rather talk to the 20 women and be like, listen, sis, step your game up, because you're fucking it up for the rest of us.
Exactly.
I think I had said on that episode. Not this, but we're talking about how, like, if we value ourselves more, they wouldn't have anybody else to do this shit to anymore. Like, if we all move as a collective, be like, yeah, I have these plans or whatever, what are you going to do? Like, what are they going to do?
Yeah, like, and like, for me, like, especially dealing with men and ick and trauma, like, I was in a situation where I realized, like, I trying to tell this partner, like, treat me and handle me, like, a certain way. And then tutus, I find out there was another person in the picture. And when she approached me, I thinking, okay, yeah, like, girl, power, unite, you know? We gonna, like, I like, I checking, like, he do me dirty, he do you dirty, how we gonna get him back? She was like, well, you know, I can see. And then I was like, wait, hold up. You the problem.
Literally.
And then, because I was like, no, he gonna go to you, because he know he gonna get away with his shit. So eventually I did leave the situation, and I realized, like, she took the biggest L ever, because she ended up having children. But, you know, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
You know, but no, poor thing. I'm speaking because I'm healing, but you know, just even me evaluating and reflecting on that situation, I realized this guy really tried it because he could have get away with it, you know. And the fact that this girl came to me like I was a problem, like I remember clearly her saying like, yeah, you didn't have problems until you start showing up. Like I didn't even know you existed. He is a problem. You come and telling me like make painting like it's me.
Why did man really like to act like a woman invisible as her now? Like they got women in life that just don't exist.
But I feel like women also like to act like other women is invisible.
Exactly.
Because I feel like she didn't even like acknowledge you or acknowledge that he's a whole other human.
Yeah, exactly. So then in that instance, I was like, both are you meant for each other? And I
That circus right there.
They are, because I was like, no. And that got me even more violent. I'm like, you the problem, girl.
Exactly.
Like if we had actually come together and made sure like okay, you know, kind of set a trap or something, I feel like he would have felt.
What were you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like you had a blueprint, master
I don't know if you remember that I did that. Now what?
Wait,
A trap.
a trap?
Yes, it's a trap.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way,
Listen together with Chipikni now.
Moving
I'm
on.
even trying to talk. I took it.
No. But I mean, like, sometimes the trap don't even work because you did a problem. You know what I mean?
And there's been other instances too where, man, I be minding my business,
Every
and
single
these
time.
men be coming, and then you find out there's other people there, and then the women are more mad at you than the man. And I'm like, girl, take it.
How you feel about that woman coming to a woman, like, I'm coming to you as a woman?
Go to your man.
Go to your man.
Go to your man.
Go to your man. Yes.
That is your partner. You need to speak with that individual, not me. I am not the problem.
It's a you problem.
Oh my gosh, but I know. I feel like a lot of the things that going on with y'all, I wouldn't say it's our fault, but we really gotta stop taking it. But why is all our women spoiling it? For us, we're talking about that the other day. This was in that. Well, it was kind of deep with the tweet thing.
With the ice cream thing?
Yes, I don't know if you see that one. Where this lady, this guy was like, I read it again when you sent it. He was so excited. He was like, he literally said, I'm so excited. Like, today really hot though, so I really think we should just go get some ice cream. I don't know if he was like, he would either come.
You'd pick her up,
he would come for, or you could meet her wherever you comfortable with.
Yeah.
His delivery was really
also,
nice.
he asked her on a date.
But I don't remember what her response was.
Her response was like, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think we're aligned, because basically along the lines of, you don't think I deserve better than the ice cream, you know.
And she was like a lobster bitch on the ice cream.
Yeah, and I was like, listen, I'm lactose intolerant.
Exactly.
But y'all feel like, well, I mean, it's an obvious question, but like social media and all people now have standards that's not even based off of themselves anymore. Because you hear people say, oh, if he could, he would, in a sense of, I do get where that's coming from, but if he could get you an ice cream, he'll get you an ice cream. But now you want a lobster because they're telling you, if he could, he would get you a lobster, and don't settle for lesses, and this and that and this. But at the same time, now you're losing your own sense of identity, because you're depending on social media to tell you what you want. But also you depending on social media to set the standard for you, when the standard is not that realistic in my eyes, where it's like, I just want a date that you put thought into.
Exactly.
It was hard to the master ice cream.
Oh my
It was very
I love ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Pick up like you can pull up.
It's true, they have the whole trend too now going on with like how much you should spend on a date. Like, and girls, they have the man going around asking women like how much you think a man should spend on you, and all of them out there saying like more than 200-300. Even a girl was like a band, like 1,000
For a singular date?
a day.
People know the definition of a date these
I
days.
don't know. That's one of the investment.
But I think people know the definition of like connection.
Yeah.
Where it's like people don't look to connect anymore. People look to just flaunt.
Exactly.
Or you need to show me who you are based off of the money you have, the car you drive, the dates you take me on. And I feel like that's so detrimental in a sense to the whole dating life and everything, where it's like now you're basing somebody off of superficial shit. And I don't know, it's a bit shady.
But you feel like a man that don't have those things is like, remember, I don't know, that was thing we were like,
Oh, we talk about standards. Wait, what?
we was.
Boundaries.
Yes. We were talking about like, was standards and was preferences, there's a difference, or was boundaries.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like that's a problem though. Like a lot of people mixing up like
standards with preferences. But they mixing up preferences with social media.
Yeah.
Because it's not your preference. You just been peer pressured into it being a preference. And you peer pressured yourself because you expose yourself to that peer pressure.
Yeah.
I'm passionate, guys.
I don't know, right? I don't know. But I think if I have to ask myself what one of those things is that sounds superficial, if is that bad though? Like, I don't need you to. Does he need to have a car?
I ain't gonna lie, I get crazy turned on by cars.
In St. Martin?
Look,
Depends. I think again being realistic. In Holland, if a man approach me, he tell me he ain't got a car, I'm gonna fret because I know who we got us.
Exactly.
But if we in St. Martin,
you need a car.
you need a car because one, I mean, I have a car, but also I don't like driving, so I feel like for me it's like.
The passenger princess in you needs a man.
Yes. And that's not even a passenger princess or social media thing too.
Nah,
it's just necessarily like it's a necessity, you know, like in terms of you just gotta go places, and I want that luxury. That's something for me that I just want. My man to have a car and like to drive. Because you could have a car but don't like to drive, and we still in problems. For who driving?
But it's true. For me, I can't drive, so I just want to be passenger princess for the rest of my life.
But I tell you
not even on social media thing. I just really like
that would be wrong.
Yeah. Was a boundary for you or a standard? Lisa, you have one?
Circle the block.
No, but as you say, like a car thing ain't a thing for me in NL. But like, I started to realize like I'm 28 now. And don't even start. Don't even start.
Sorry that Johnny catch me off guard. In my head, we still 24, 25.
I know.
Crazy.
What was saying?
You're 28 now.
NL, like-
Sorry, that one.
Oh, like somebody that's still a student. Not that shitting on because of me, but like not somebody that's shitting on that, but like the ones that like really just starting out because like they really don't know where they're going, and they're trying to see if that's like a standard or a preference. That's a preference.
Because you prefer not to deal with that.
Yeah, by realizing I have a really bad problem, I was explaining to my brother. I know I'm 28, but in my head, the ones at 24 looking 25, that's where I act. So...
You mean with mandem?
Yeah.
That you're attracted to the 24,
Yeah.
25? Oh, I'm attracted to the 28, 29s. But...
Wait, who are you talking to?
You say you get through?
I kind of forget a question.
Like, but you could choose one, a standard, a boundary, or a preference.
A standard, a boundary, or preference.
You had the same one?
My preference is height.
Oh, yeah.
My standard is... I said it, ambition, but I don't know. For me, a standard that's more superficial. I used to say you have an iPhone. Like, I had a thing against my name have Samsung.
She's just millions of millions.
Oh my God.
Android, no. Yeah. But I don't know, because for me, like with the car thing, I live in NL, so that's not a thing. But I really do gravitate to men with cars. I realize I don't know what. My father's a mechanic. I guess I see cars my whole life.
Yeah.
They could look like a 5 and become an 8.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that wouldn't be a stand. Like if you don't have a car, I'll survive. I think on a superficial level, if you could dress, I would set that as a standard. I love a man who could dress, but then it's a preference. No, it's a standard.
Is it?
No, it's a preference.
It's a preference.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, yeah. Because I find it hard if they can't. But I realize it's different when you live in the world. Like, how man is dressed down here is very different to how man is dressed in Europe. And then it's just hard.
I like the European flex.
The UK man, them flex.
The turtleneck with the chain out.
I miss that. That's one thing I definitely miss for Europe.
You should have me watching Love Island now. And some of these man, I'm just cheeky, innit? And I'm just like,
Now you understand why I watch it.
I know. They have this white man on there. I never thought I'd be so attracted to a white man.
Eventually they call him Zachariah.
You gotta
So
see this
Dr.
man.
Uma me is
I know
judging
she
you right
in
now.
me, Umari. Like, I just... like, but this man, Lisa?
Yeah?
He don't talk like a road man.
He is a road man. He don't
So if
talk.
you close
he's
your
a road
eye,
man.
you see and just
But even
but he
looking at
pretty, man.
him, he good to look at.
He pretty.
And his first choice in the house was a black woman. I don't know what went on after that.
We
But
love that.
I don't know.
Okay, but if all you had to, because y'all got an ick, right?
Yeah.
We didn't
What
answer
would
your
you
preference thing. I had to go
Forget
bust
to
out.
standard,
Choose
boundary.
one, though.
I don't know which one this falls into, but I really gravitate to men that can banter really well. Like you really need to banter in order to like
that's
keep my
a
attention.
preference.
I feel like that should be a standard. Dude.
I think
You
it's
gotta
more
make
of a
me
standard.
laugh.
But they're
Yeah.
not funny out there.
When you say they're not funny,
Bye.
they are funny. They're hilarious. They ask me.
But I mean, like, they can't all throw it back. Like, I feel like, I get what you mean. Like,
Yeah, that's an easy like process of elimination. If you can't take the banter, the door.
yeah, that's a preference. Because, like,
I know. Yeah.
it ain't like you losing a stand if you can't bust a joke. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah.
But
You
it's
can't
a
gonna laugh for
factor.
you though. You think I gonna be there with a man serious, life serious, and you ain't making me
Yeah.
laugh? No, so.
And you have to think that I'm funny.
Yeah.
That's also very important for me. You have to think I'm the funniest
think I'm
person
funny?
ever.
Drop them
but who would
Yeah.
not take you for that funny?
You think I?
People would notice.
No, but I get what you mean. Same. That's one of mine.
I have two things that come up. I don't know where they fall because I don't know the definition of your categories. But the first one is that these are dislike. I don't like man that's like post too much pictures online. Like you know, like when I see you posting, I'm like, what are you doing that for? Like I'm like that for me, dog.
No, but for you.
Like no for me, but like no, but in general, if I notice it's somebody that always posting and like showing, I don't know, like certain, I always look at what men, but I always also to look at like what they post. Like if you post a lot of like degrading things, I already don't want to engage with you in a conversation. So I use social media to kind of scrap through like, I'm not talking to you. What was the other thing that I had?
The podcast was about the receipts. They was like tripping on my like, you tell me you to make TikTok. Like, you're not.
No, so you don't take the
Honestly, I'm not take you serious.
Could you imagine like waking up and you mad and stuff?
But like we're talking about like the dancehall dances or like TikTok.
I think they mean any man are really into like.
But that would turn me on.
Yeah, drift.
Like when I'm a piano, if I see my man.
But recording it for TikTok though.
Hey, you make your money, make money.
Let me learn together, like in the room. But don't tell me you're starting up your camera every day trying to post on TikTok.
Facts.
I don't care if it's piano, I don't care if it's drift. Like the fact that you die invested in your
TikTok. But I
TikTok.
probably gonna be in the back TikToking with him. I ain't even gonna lie. I need that asshole to get out of bed and be on the bed like,
I think it's cool, but if you doing it for yourself, what are you doing?
For me, a man who active on social media is a thing. Because I don't know, if you active on social media, your mindset probably on social media, so that already throws me off.
Yeah, I don't know.
And for me, another one is like a man that's too easy is a turn off for me. Like, you know, there's some men that you just talk to and it's like, I really like, really have some standards.
Respect yourself, bro. Respect yourself, bro.
You know, like, there's a little dance, you know, kind of, you know, some of them just
That's
ready,
so
and I like.
But they say that's a bad sign. Like if a guy is like that, run. Because they don't have a sense of like, for one, emotional intelligence, because they just go off of impulse and self-control. Because it's like, ooh, shiny toy.
Exactly.
I would take woman too though. Like, for a girl that easy. Like, I don't know. Think about this anyway. Like if a girl is as a man, if you're approaching a girl and she just on it like that, you know?
Yeah, but for them it's because they ain't got no chase. They don't respect girls like that. Because it's like, if she easy with me, she probably easy with the
But
next
that's
guy.
how it feels with men. Like if you're so easy, somebody else will slide into
like, I like the guy who's low key, because you feel like, you know the guys who hollering at girls, y'all really think you gonna get a proper girl? Because if you hollering at me, you probably hollering at other girls. Where it's like, you just on that kind of energy. But also the guys where you meet in a club and it's like, they just get out of jail and they're like, wow.
That's a very specific story, sis.
You know when you get your first meal out of jail and you just God, it's like, are you thirsty, sir? I don't know. I like a guy who kind of, he look like he's quenched. That's the best way I could put it.
I get what you mean.
And some of those low key in the men shit either. Cause that's how they play the thing. Cause you thinking like, oh, he on social media, he doing this.
No, but they're strategists.
But we strategizing what? Long haul for multiple women.
Like that.
No, so they too also problematic. So
no, I get what you mean. That's why it's like, I feel like I don't know if you're out here taking selfies all the time, but I feel like if they just post now and then, I mean, they're scared to show their life.
A seasonal post is
okay.
Like
we know we alone.
But if you post since 2018, I'm a little skeptical.
Yes, true.
I don't know. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for. But yeah, we have a game.
We gonna attempt this again?
Which one?
Oh wait, the 2 truths 1 lie?
We could. But
then we got think.
But I feel like
no, I'm bad at that, guys.
But I was saying, like, what would you have the she don't know or the I don't know or the
that's what I mean. Like,
and I would
like y'all would just have to answer mine because and I would have to answer yours.
Yeah.
So you got 20 questions.
Yeah.
And you have to think of something basically, and you have 20 questions in your arsenal, but they have to be yes or no questions. They can't be like open-ended questions. So let's say, for example, I'm thinking of, you give a category like things on Samaritan.
Okay.
You're going to ask me, okay, is it outside? Yes. Is it annoying? Yes. Okay. Is it a pothole? Yes.
So based on the category, we have to figure out that word.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to stick with St. Martin as a category. I feel like in light of us being here. Okay. Everybody everybody gotta think on one for themselves.
I have one.
Okay. It's like, where do you even start with this question?
I have one. I can just give a. No, I can't give. But mine is on St. Martin and Sable.
Well, okay, mine is probably not specific enough.
Okay, I have one too.
And we got 20 questions.
Per person or as a group?
But I feel like it's
Per
as
person,
a group,
though?
but let's do per person.
Per person.
Okay.
My brain cells ain't working.
On St. Martin.
You have one?
The one I have is quite Caribbean-esque, but
That's good.
yeah.
Okay.
We got 20 questions
okay,
each, girl. That's 60 questions.
I was like, is it food?
Are you in my head?
You can ask.
You know.
Sometimes.
You know it is.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, maybe somebody else. She said yes.
I say yes.
Oh, is it food?
It's food.
Is it meat?
Is it Guyanese?
Not per se.
Is it oxtail?
Is it fried?
Shanica,
chicken?
I shouldn't play this game.
Oh, wait, that's meat.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
Johnny cake?
No. Man 7.
Is it
Is
plantain?
it plantain?
By the time I say fried, I was
I was like,
I
Johnny
know she
cake
had
or
mama.
plantain? Okay.
Yeah.
You got one? Yeah, you got one?
I had one, but it was also food.
That's okay.
I have one that's not food.
No, but you wouldn't guess it now.
I have one.
It have to do with saber.
Or, like, it's, yeah, we both got it. But let me do it first. Is it food?
Is it tangible?
Yeah.
Is it big?
Yeah.
Can I go? Is it a plant?
Yeah.
Is it a fruit tree? No, then you know what it is.
Is it a flower?
Is it a flamboyant?
Yeah.
I freaking knew it. I knew it.
In my sense, guys, like, all you have telepathy going on.
Okay, I have one.
Okay. Is it big?
Kinda.
Is it tangible?
No.
Is it outside?
It's kind of big and it's not tangible.
Is it outside?
Is it a place?
No. I don't know how to answer that question because I only can
'Cause
say
it's
yes
not
or no. Yeah, it's not tangible.
You don't know if it's outside.
Like if it's like located.
I can't say not only. Not only outside.
It's not.
Is it pleasant?
No. Pleasant, as in I enjoy it.
Yeah.
On St. Martin, no.
Is it the heat?
I was
No.
about to say that.
Is it a water conditioner?
No.
Is it GB?
Mm-mm.
Is it Wi-Fi?
Yes. But like the internet. It's like 'cause it's outside and inside.
Place.
Inside.
Okay,
Outside.
yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Is
You have to do with both islands.
Yeah, don't think about it too much, though. It's like,
it tangible?
Is it an animal?
yes.
Is it iguana?
No.
Is it a goat?
Is it? Wow. The connection is connectioning in here.
Yeah, I think I know you too well. But yeah, that was it for episode
Oh my god.
12.
Yeah, this is episode 12.
Which is what in Papiamento?
Dawson.
You had no? We had even answer, we didn't answer.
She did.
We had
After she has said 22
22
and then
22, then it's just us.
Oh, just those. I just
What?
said those with an accent.
10 too.
Just us.
Oh, yes,
Just those. Oh, so it makes sense. The 22. Just those 22.
Yes, so that's
I
why you
had just
say
think fast. I hear two and I just think
So 11 is just uno?
Just
there's
Just un.
just dos, just três, just quatro, just cinco, just seis.
That's not almost Portuguese.
it's similar.
That one is probably mental.
Interesting.
But thank you so much, ladies, for coming on our podcast.
Yes.
This was lovely.
Having us.
Is there anything you would like to say before we end the episode?
Why you so curious?
I know,
Yeah, she just
Don't get me started. Don't
I
give me
know.
my accents.
I know.
I just want to close out by saying super, super proud of you guys again. Big fan. Big fan. I see you guys going very far in this journey. Also want to really big up Jody and your analogies. I just live for your analogies. And I'd be like, how the hell should
I don't know.
I can hear your brain working from the other
You
side
know
of the
that
phone.
meme with a woman and she sees me
Literally,
Yeah.
that's you, and I enjoy it so much, so much.
It's
So
born talent.
definitely,
Yes. No, thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think it was nice to just have a chill talk with women.
Yeah.
Because we only had mandem, so
You gotta change that up. There's so many
Well, you know,
interesting
the thing is, we was trying to like have conversations with them.
and you went well.
Like
the
also-
woman narrative.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
women, and I feel like for us, we want men to listen to.
Correct.
But also, our goal in the beginning was bridging that gap between
Yeah.
women and men, and that's
Open
having
up
those
that space.
conversations.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, it's also nice to kind of have that bridging that gap between women and women.
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
feel like we also need to focus on that too as a collective, as you mentioned. So thank you, lovely ladies, again, guys.
Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure, and I piggyback off of everything Lisa said. And you know, I am super, super proud of you guys and the way how you guys are continuing to build your podcast. You know, and just make sure that you guys work on each other, like hold each other accountable. And, you know, because you guys are doing great.
Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you for tuning in. This was episode 12. We will see y'all bi-weekly on Tuesdays. And we are out.
Yes. Bye. Off.